There's a lot of loan officers out there who have built a great book of business. You're making really good money, but there's this nagging question that pops into your head or you hear it, and it's, could I own my own mortgage brokerage? Can I own my own business in the mortgage industry? I want to sit here and tell you that if you're going in with the right motives to help people, to help your team, if you're going in with the right mindset that you'll succeed and that you're confident in your skills as a loan officer, you will be just fine. But there is a big difference between just originating loans and running a business. And you have a lot to learn about running a business if you never have before. And that is exactly what I'm going to talk about in this video. Hi, everyone. I'm Megan Marsh, CEO of Collab Brands for loan officers and mortgage brokers. And if you're new to this channel, we help mortgage and real estate industry professionals become business owners and really lean into entrepreneurship. If you're closing, let's say 15 million, they're around 15 million a year or more, you can open a mortgage brokerage. The variable is how quickly you're going to succeed, how much money you'll make and it all depends on how much pain and suffering you want to go through when you try doing this. I went through quite a bit of suffering, which is what led me here today to helping other loan officers so that they could achieve success and financial security much faster than I did. Because there's a problem in our industry. There is very few jobs out there or professions where there isn't a clear path or direction with like where you should go as you move along your journey. And being a loan officer, being in the mortgage industry, I feel like is one of those jobs. There's so many ways that people become loan officers from other industries. And the way forward in this industry, once you get into it, it's really fuzzy. And that's why this video, this playlist, I do want to start sharing with you my journey of how I became a mortgage broker owner, a loan officer, because until today, I was an originating loan officer and I never thought I'd do anything else. And now I'm a multi-business CEO because I had to forge my own path, but helping other loan officers figure out paths that they didn't even know were right in front of them has been one of the best things I've ever done in my career. I'll share with you a little bit about my story. Like almost any of you watching this, I didn't plan on becoming a loan officer. I was an accountant at a Big Four accounting firm, moved to a small town when I got married and just hated the job I was in. And so someone that I knew talked me into going over and working at a mortgage company. I thought about managing it. And then eventually it led to, I want to be a loan officer. I want to control how much money I'm going to make. I want to be able to control what happens to me as I go forward, even though I had absolutely no clue like what I was trying to do. So it was through like that control and the necessity to want to be able to do whatever it was I decided to do that I started becoming a loan officer back in 2005 or 6 it was. And very quickly I was able to double and triple my income. And I also became the top producing loan officer at the mortgage brokerage that I worked in a Pennsylvania town. I was there for about 8 years. And the year that I started my own mortgage brokerage, I want to share with you, I wasn't planning on doing it. I didn't even think about it. I was closing close to 20 million in loan volume, and it had never crossed my mind that I should own my own business, that I should own my own brokerage, even when I was unhappy, even when my business didn't grow for 5 years in a row. And it took having what I call my Jerry Maguire moment, and then having the wrong business partner, going back to retail because I thought it was too hard, all the way up until 2019, about 5 years ago, where I just couldn't figure it out and what my path was forward. But in 2019, I opened my third mortgage brokerage, and I made a decision to do it the right way, in a different way this time, in a way that could help other people, because this is a conversation that needs to be had. Like a lot of the loan officers will say to me when we meet and when we have a meeting between myself and my team is no one's talking about this stuff. And so it's time we start having a conversation about who could be a mortgage broker owner. And so it's not just about loan volume. A lot of it is about what your goals and your desires are, what kind of environment you want to work in, what your financial path you want it to look like. I think that there's a lot of people moving over to the broker channel, and I love that because I truly believe that being in an environment where you're in a mortgage brokerage. If you work there, if you own it, I think it can lead to the most success that you could have in your career. There are so many options. It gives you the ability to lean into learning and becoming whoever it is that you want to be. 2013 was the first year I became a mortgage broker owner. And like I shared, I was not planning on it. And I had no idea what to expect. And I felt like I was in survival mode. What I will say is it was by becoming a broker owner that my business grew for the first time, because now you're receiving the whole check. And if it's an amount that allows you to invest in things for your business that you couldn't invest in when you were just a loan officer, that's how your business grows. Did I make as much my first year as an entrepreneur, as a business owner? I didn't, because I put the money back into my business. And I've done that throughout a number of years as I've owned businesses. Probably for the first 5 years, it's like it was trial and error, like literally trying different things, spending money on things that either worked or didn't work. And probably the hardest part of being a mortgage broker owner was the people. Hiring people, managing a team, figuring out systems, letting people go. Nobody teaches you how to do this stuff. Nobody teaches you the paperwork you need. Nobody tells you how to do compliance when you're first picked for an audit. That was the hardest part, and I think it still is for a lot of people who become mortgage broker owners. But the upside and the best part about owning your own brokerage is you literally can map out and plan what you want in your career. If you want to hand something off to a team member or a family member, how you want to impact your community, that is all up to you. And if you want to do it faster, that's why I built the company that I did, which is Collab Franchise, Collab Concierge, because I didn't want loan officers to have to take 5, 6, 7 years to figure out how to succeed in the way they wanted to. I wanted them to be able to literally step into a mortgage broker in a box where they had everything they needed and they could just focus on their success and making money. And so if that's something that you want to talk about and you've thought or had that nagging question, I'll make sure that I put a link in the description so you can schedule a time to just have a conversation. If you've never had that conversation and you have been a producer and you have a book of business, it's worth something, but only if you own it. All you're doing right now is collecting the monthly cash flow of it. But if you want to have something that can have a bigger impact, you have to think about ownership. And having ownership in your mortgage business allows you to start having ownership in other things and building this financial foundation that can grow beyond your wildest dreams. So if you're a loan officer and you've worked at multiple companies, or you're feeling burnt out and you don't really understand the path forward, I'd highly recommend that you talk to myself or my team, because there's so many people we're talking to who are in the same position. And sometimes it's just finding a community and a group of people that can help set you up in the way that you want to. I wouldn't still be here talking about mortgage brokerages or owning brokerages, helping people own brokerages, if I didn't think that it could have a life-changing and career-changing impact. So if you found my message, my journey, or this video helpful in the things that you're thinking about in your business, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit that bell. I can't tell you how much that means to me. And leave any comments down. I do read them and respond to them, and it helps me continue to create other content that people are looking for. One last thing, we do have a free Facebook group for anyone who wants to start understanding more about owning their business. And we'll put a link to our free Facebook group, because we'd love to meet you in there and help you start leveling up your business and becoming that local entrepreneur. See you guys in the next video.